Alright, so welcome to NoobAquatics. Today we are going to do a review of Ken's Fish. Now I don't know if you've heard of Ken's Fish out there or not, but Ken's Fish is similar to a online pet store, except for they don't sell fish or anything like that. They don't sell any type of live animals, but they do sell the dry goods. So they sell lights, they sell fish food, they sell filters, that type of thing. So they sell supplies for the fish hobby. Now the reason we're doing this review is because we've bought a lot of stuff from a lot of places. I've bought stuff from Aquarium Co-op, which are pretty cheap, but they did raise their free shipping, so it made it a little bit harder to buy from there when they raised it from the low price up to the $79.99. Because I like to get free shipping. I don't want to pay extra, you know, and what happens is if you end up paying for shipping, it ends up raising the cost of each item that you buy. And when it raises the cost of each item that you buy, it ends up being about the same price as places like Amazon or even your local fish store. So back to Ken's Fish. So Ken's Fish has free shipping for anything over $49, I believe. Yeah, so it's anything over $49, and I'll show you here. So you'll see here, shipping is orders over $49 qualify for free shipping in the lower 48 in the USA. So the one exception is frozen foods, which you'll see here. Frozen foods still have to pay for shipping. Now, I'll explain the frozen foods and what you need to do with frozen foods to get a great deal. So, Ken's Fish, we buy their actual in-house made food from them. Why? Because it's super cheap. Their food comes in nice containers. We can buy large quantities of it, and the fish love it. I compare the ingredients of Ken's Fish food to some of the more popular brands like the extreme brands out there, Picari, Omega 1, those types of things, and all of the ingredients are right on par, if not better, than a lot of these commercial brands that you can buy. So yeah, so a lot of their foods are great, and this is what I recommend, is if you go on there and buy some of their foods, you start out with their little quarter-pound tubs. There's a reason for this. You see, it gives you this nice little container. Now what you do is you buy one of these and you buy a large quantity of the fish food as well. That way you have something to pour it into. So what you'll do is you'll freeze the large amount and use this, and when this is almost empty, you'll pour some back in there, put this back in the freezer, and use this until it's empty. So they have great food. So like this is their premium krill food. Now I only recommend the premium foods because the premium foods, a lot of them have vitamin packs added to them. And that's one of the things that I like. Now this food right here is exceptionally unique. Anytime I feed my cichlids this, or any of the fish that actually, stop barking. Any of the fish that I feed these krill pellets that I have right here, they tend to start breeding almost instantly as if it's live food. So I really like this, and the fish love this. They just munch it down like it's a kid in a candy factory. These right here, these are golden pearls. This is something really new in Europe, and they sell these online at Ken's Fish. These act as if they are alive. So this is not live. It's you know, basically it is a micro encapsulated particle of things like brine shrimp, squid, fish proteins, animal proteins, fish oils, that type of thing. But what happens is that when you put this in the water, it doesn't drop to the substrate. It just sits there and floats in the water column as if it's alive. It kind of resembles the movements and stuff of live brine shrimp. And they have, in Europe, have successfully used these to replace live brine shrimp for feeding a lot of their commercial marine fish. Now one of the things that's also really nice is the growth food. So if you do own a fish room or you want to start growing out babies, you're going to need to have food for them. So Ken's Fish makes food that is teeny tiny. So this right here, this particular food is 0.8 millimeters. This food right here, which is you know, their half pound, this one is 0.15 millimeters. So even smaller, basically dust. And they have even smaller. So in these pearls right here, which help the fish, you know, act as if they're in the wild attacking the food because it's moving, they have a small, now when I say small, I mean I'm talking like, you know, pygmy Corodora fry small. So I'll show you here. They have a 5 to 50 micron, which is teeny tiny food. It's basically just crumbled up dust. All right, so these are the golden pearls right here. It's basically just a crumbled up dust, and you'll see that's $3.99. This $3.99 that you got here, which I'll show you. I'll click on it. All right, so this $3.99 here, you get a 2-ounce jar for $3.99. You can get a 1/4 pound for $6.49, and you can get a 1/2 pound right now for $11.79. And for this type of food, this is super cheap. All right. So yeah, so that's the main reason why we like Ken's fish, is because of their fish food. But everything else is even cheaper. I mean, Amazon. You know, compare your prices. Start with Ken's Fish first. If it's not cheaper on Ken's Fish, get it on Amazon. If it's not cheaper on Amazon, get it on Aquarium Co-op. Every place has got excellent deals. One of the other things I like about Ken's Fish is the way they ship their liquid supplies. So with Ken's Fish, I've ordered a lot of liquids, so like Stability, Seachem Stability, Cordon, Fish Protector, and many other out there, many other liquids, all right? So on Amazon, when you get a liquid in a box, it's just a you know, a container in a box, and if it leaks, it gets all over all of your stuff in the box. When I ordered it from Aquarium Co-op, same thing. The liquids came in, they weren't wrapped up, so if they would have busted open, they would have got all over the box. So if you see this, Corey, just know that some of the liquids, I believe it was Fritz Zyme 7, came, but it wasn't wrapped up. So, but yeah, so this is why I like Ken's Fish. So all of their liquids, you'll see here, are in plastic bags like this. I left this for this video. They're in plastic bags and they're tied. So if it busted open on the inside, all the liquid goes into the plastic bag and doesn't get all of your fish food wet or anything else, boxes that are in there, doesn't get them all wet. So, and that reminds me, this Stability right here, this is the 500 milliliter, and I'll tell you why it's amazing. So besides the free shipping at $49, which is the reason why we spend $49 is for the free shipping, this right here was only $10.39. On Amazon for this 500 milliliter, it was $19.25. So Ken's Fish ends up being about $3 cheaper. All right, that's why we like Ken's Fish. All right, Cordon Fish Protector. This stuff is really hard to find in a 16-ounce bottle anywhere else. I find these teeny tiny little ones at my local fish store, the 4-ounce ones on Amazon, but finding this big 16-ounce bottle, really difficult. Ken's Fish has that, and they even have a lot more other supplies and stuff out there in large sizes for a lot cheaper than you can get on Amazon or even Aquarium Co-op. But that doesn't mean everything, so compare your prices. There are some things on Aquarium Co-op that are a lot cheaper. So sponge filters, I recommend the Aquarium Co-op sponge filters, and if you're going to buy them from there. Mainly because they're just that much better in my opinion. I like the fact that when you squeeze the Aquarium Co-op filters, it doesn't feel like you're squeezing snot. Other places, when you squeeze it, it feels like you're just squeezing snot out of it, even if after a week. So that's why I like Aquarium Co-op, is their sponge filters and other things on there. But yeah, so in Ken's Fish, I love the way that they ship their liquids. They wrap everything. I have never seen a single liquid I've ordered in the 7 packages I've ordered from them where a liquid is not wrapped like this. So that right there is one of the reasons why I continuously go back to Ken's Fish. That and the amazing food that my fish just devour. Now, one of the things people worry about is fillers, all right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, so the fillers, let's just hope it's not the first ingredient. Well, the first ingredient on here is fish. Fish meal, fish oil. First ingredient on here, all right, is fish meal and krill. No fillers in the first ingredient. The only ingredient in here is brine, shrimp, squid, shrimp, fish protein, animal protein. Not a single filler in this one. All right, and it just goes on and on. Most of their premium food is amazing. Now, I do have another video out there where it talks about adding nutrients into your fish foods, like the pellets and stuff like that. Let's just say that you do have flake foods, okay? All right, so yeah, let's just say you have flake foods and you're having a hard time finding a way to add additional nutrients like vitamins and stuff like that into your flake foods. Well, it's really hard to add liquids into flake food without it turning into a clay ball. So one thing I recommend is that you add flake food that's specifically just an immune booster. So on Ken's Fish, which this was hard to find, by the way, and Ken's Fish just happened to be one of the few people that have it, but take a look here. So this right here is Ken's Premium Immune Boosting Flake. It's gray. We actually mix this. Now don't get the 5 pounds unless you got a massive fish room. We went with a half pound is what we went with, and as you can see, it's $11.99. Much cheaper than buying 6 bottles of liquid. So if you feed only flakes, I recommend adding this into your flake mix. All right, you'll see it's gray, Ken's. Now this right here, the reason why is because it has all the vitamins that you need. So it starts out with great ingredients, salmon, and then it has the filler, but salmon is the first ingredient. But the main thing here is that it has the vitamin and mineral supplements. So it has calcium, vitamin E, niacin, but the biggest part here that you're going to see is this right here. All right, it is a double stabilized vitamin C. Now the reason why I add a lot of those vitamins in there is for the vitamin C. Vitamin C has been proven and shown to boost the immune system of your fish to help them fight off illnesses, parasites, fungus, bacteria, whatever it is they have. It helps them fight it off. But adding that into flake food is difficult. So that's why I recommend getting this. That's another great reason. All right. So yeah, so that's why I love Ken's Fish. Now let's take a look to see how they actually ship the products and take a look at the unboxing. So here comes the unboxing. Welcome to Aquatics, and today we got another unboxing for you here. Now this one is Ken's Fish, and we use it quite a bit. So this will be the unboxing for the review of Ken's Fish, which should have been right before this video. So let's take a look at what we ordered and how it was packaged and everything, and they're free shipping. So if you order on their site for, I believe, $49, anything greater than that, don't quote me on that, but it is on their facts page, you get free shipping. Now this economy shipping is amazing. Whenever you pay for USPS priority mail, it takes like 2 to 3 days to get here. Well, the economy shipping, I've always gotten the packages within about that same time frame. So let's take a look at how they box up their stuff. All right, so this is the package we received from Ken's Fish, and again, we ordered enough stuff so that it was free shipping. Every time we order from there, it's because we need one thing, right? But then we buy extra so that we are always prepared ahead of time. So stuff we're gonna need in a couple months out. That way we don't have to buy stuff all the time. But they have it packaged in here real well. None of the stuff moves around. All right, real newspaper ads. I don't see those used very often. All right, so let's take a look inside. So yeah, each individual item is packaged if it's not already packaged in itself. Okay, wrapped up really well. All right, so yeah, it looks really good. We buy a lot of shipping supplies from them. I'll get to that in just a second. We buy a lot of our shipping supplies from them mainly because we can get quite a bit for a very cheap price. These are the 12 by 24 2 mil shipping bags for fish. Now these are what we're going to use when we take fish into our local auction here. So we'll be using these to bag up larger quantities of fish. Catapa Bark. I got this right here for the 75-gallon aquarium. I'm weird. I kind of like a little brown tint to my water. I don't know why, but I just kind of like the way it looks. Plus the fish love it. It's got the leaf litter in here and for pistos. It tends to stimulate breeding. We have McMasterized in there everywhere, and she's, right, one of the girls is here and the other girl's got the pisto over there, or the hut over there. But yeah, I like my water to be a little brown, so that's why I got the Catapa Bark. So let's take a look at the rest of the stuff. All right, so Expel P. This right here is for internal parasites. Now the reason we got this was to test the difference between this and a different med on Camellanus worms, I believe is what they're called. Really disgusting little red things that stick out of the butts of fish. So that's what we got here. This was super cheap. This was only $10.50 everywhere. The cheapest place besides here is Aquarium Co-op for $12.75. But you got to spend $80 on their website to get free shipping. But yeah, Expel P, great product. We're going to test it out. This will be the first time we've used it. We're going to see what it does. It may just paralyze the worms, which means we'll have to change out the water dang near 100% in our quarantine tank every single time we use this to get all the worms from the bottom. All right, we'll get into that in just a second. Stability. Again, we use this or we use the Fritz Zyme 7. Stability just happened to be cheaper at this time due to a sale that they had, or their original price, but sell is what it said. So yeah, so I got that 500 milliliter on there, really cheap, cheaper than Amazon and pretty much everywhere else. And the fish protector. So I was running low on my fish protector for whenever we ship fish, so I had to get some more of that. It's not out. Not out. We needed this. All this other stuff is just because we needed stuff for the future. Now, this is one of their actual fish foods. Now this is something called golden pearls. We're going to give this a test to see how the fish like it. But this is a new way to feed somewhat, you know, looking like live. So this is a live food replacement. They've had really good luck with this here in Europe, so we're going to give it a try. They're called golden pearls. Whenever you drop those golden pearls in the water, they actually stay in the water column and float around kind of like live Artemia or live brine shrimp. So we're going to see how well our fish like it. And it could be semi-replacement, you know, food for a lot of our babies. So it's really small. It's in the micron size, so about, what was this, about 1/4 of a millimeter in size on this for 200 microns. But we're going to give that a try out for the babies, for the fry that we have, to see if they'll eat it, or if not, if any of the other fish. So we're going to give that a try, and we'll do a review on those golden pearls here in the future as well. All right, so yeah, that's everything we got. Nothing else in the box. Box is still in perfect condition for economy shipping, and everything here, you know, we got all of this for about $50. So tons of bags, bark, fish food, lots of it. This is 2 ounces of fish food, medicine, and stability and fish protector, all for a very reasonable and amazing price. All right, thanks for watching this unboxing, and stay tuned for the remainder of the video. So that was the unboxing for Ken's Fish, and again, like I said, great company, and we always go for the free shipping, so the $49. It is, of course, it's economy shipping, and that can take up to 9 days at the max. And they're in Medford, or is it Medford, Oregon? No, this is in the one that's in Massachusetts, Discus USA, or what's the name of that place called? Everything Aquatics is in Medford, Oregon, which is where we get our medicated fish food from. But yeah, so this particular company is in Massachusetts, I believe, and it has never taken more than 2 to 3 days for us here in Ohio to receive any shipment using the free shipping. So it's about as quick as priority mail. The reason why I explain that is because if you need the medicine today or tomorrow, go to your local fish store. If you can wait a week for the medicine that you're ordering from them, or whatever it is you're ordering from them, get it from Ken's Fish, use the free shipping, get it for a lot cheaper, and remember to always price match everywhere. So yeah, so if I had to recommend Ken's Fish to anybody, I would. Now, I'm not sponsored by them at all. These are products, as you can clearly see, we got tons of it. I got an entire freezer of their fish food. All right, products that we use in all of our aquariums for all of our fish. We don't just use one fish food. I mix different types of fish food. So I have Hikari, Hikari foods. I bought 1 package of it, of those worm-like little red things. I can't even remember what they're called. I mix those into my cichlid foods, so the cichlid pellets with the krill. So I take in about a tablespoon of the krill pellets. I even got extreme, so I take the extreme nice pellets. I put in about 2 tablespoons of that. And then I take in the Hikari, worm things that I have, add those in, and then I add my liquid nutrients. So I give them a variety of foods, which I recommend for everybody, and then frozen foods and everything. And that reminds me, frozen foods. So if you're going to buy frozen foods off Ken's Fish, you're probably going to want to spend around $50+ on the frozen food packets. That'll be these types of, hey Google, dismiss timer. That'll be these types of frozen fish foods. So the ones that come in the packets like this, the 3.5 ounces, you can get this for about $4 or $5. At my local fish store around here, or even online, I'm finding these for roughly about $10 a package. Now, the shipping itself is going to be somewhere between $15 to $25 for shipping frozen foods. That's because they have to ensure that the frozen foods stay frozen on the way to you. So they can't offer free shipping on that. But how are you going to make it? How are you going to make it to where you actually receive a deal? So like I said, on Ken's Fish, about $4.50, even less on some of them, $3, that type of thing. You're going to want to spend somewhere around $50+ on the frozen foods. I know that sounds like a lot, but keep in mind that if you feed frozen foods 2 to 3 times a week like we do, you go through it pretty quick. So you're going to want to spend about that much at a time, early too, so you don't want to run out of frozen foods and then buy it like that. Spend about that much. The reason is because when you take the shipping cost divided by the amount of boxes that you get of frozen foods, it's going to add somewhere around 50 cents to each package. Spending $5 on one of these compared to $10 on one at my local fish store, or even on Amazon if they still have them, I don't know if they do, is a bargain. So saving money is important in this hobby. Saving money is important. Now this is the baby brine shrimp. I only had to get this brand right here because they were out of the other brand when I bought it. But whoops, my bad. I normally stick to Hikari when I buy frozen foods, and there's a reason, and I'll show you. This is normally the bloodworms that I buy. Right here, which I'll get a little bit closer, you'll see that it says it is gut loaded with multivitamins. All right. Now all of the fish foods you're going to get are going to be free of parasites, or at least they're going to say they're free of parasites. Again, I'm not sure if that's a 100% true. They'd have to literally take under a microscope every single product that they have to guarantee 100% that it is free of parasites. But omega-1, unfortunately, is just frozen brine shrimp. There's no vitamins added to it. And on the back, literally, it just says ingredients, brine shrimp. So we normally don't buy this brand. We normally stick to Hikari because it adds in that multivitamin pack and gut loads the bloodworms or the brine shrimp, the baby brine shrimp are all gut loaded with multivitamins. So you want to stick to adding those vitamins. Even if they are, frozen, that right there is going to preserve the vitamins a lot longer. So they just happen to be out of Hikari baby brine shrimp, so that's why we bought the omega-1s. But yeah, I recommend Hikari if you're going to get frozen foods. And like I said, it's really cheap. So if you look at the price here of these Hikari bloodworms, this 3.5, you'll see here that the 3.5 ounce pack is only $3.79. Local fish store, all right, I will buy bloodworms from them, and I buy this brand right here. It's my local fish store, Aquarium and Adventure. All right, I support my local fish store. I'll even buy every now and then buy other stuff from them. But I do that because it's important to support your local fish stores, not Petco, PetSmart. Those are big box brands. Those will probably be around for a while. But I buy this, and when it's on sale, it's two for $10. Now this is a much bigger pack. This right here is a 7-ounce pack, and I got this for $5. All right. The difference between this and what you see on there is, again, it has no vitamins. So whenever I feed this to my fish, I add the vitamins to it. When I feed the Hikari, I only add certain vitamins. So I add the Nourish, and then I add the garlic. And that's pretty much it that I add to the Hikari brand frozen foods. But for this, I add it all. And again, this is what I support my local fish store with. They have many different brands of this kind, and I buy other stuff too. But yeah, so that is the comparison here. The Hikari brand at my local fish store, even at Petco, is $9.99 for a 3.5 ounce pack. So if you're going to buy off of Ken's Fish, which again, I highly recommend. This place has amazing prices, and as long as you're getting the free shipping, order in bulk. Don't buy just one little thing and have it shipped. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, so If I would have bought the same amount here, which is the 7 ounces, all right, you would end up spending about, I think, what is it, 637, about $8 for it. So again, it's not cheap. It's still you know, can be around $8 for the 7-ounce pack compared to my local fish store. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about exact brands. Hikari brand right here. All right, I buy the cubes because the cubes are easier to distribute and determine the amount. Those Hikari brands are literally less than half the price of Petco and PetSmart and other places like that. Just remember to buy in bulk. So you're going to end up buying somewhere around 10 things of frozen food at least to get to around $50. And when you do that and you take the 17 and divide it by however many pieces, you just add that to the price of each frozen food packet, and you'll see how much you're actually going to save. So that's the frozen food. But yeah, Ken's Fish, great products, excellent prices. I recommend to anybody that has 10 fish tanks. Single fish tanks, you can still use it. Just know that you're probably not going to buy as much stuff, but if you are buying in large quantities, I recommend Ken's Fish. Now, some of the stuff they have is pretty expensive and some of it's cheap, so make sure to do your price matching. But yeah, so we love Ken's Fish around here. We're happy to continue to use them, and as long as they keep their shipping for free at $49 and their prices the way they are, they'll probably continue to get our business going well into the future. All right, well, thanks for coming to NoobAquatics and watching this review on Ken's Fish. You have a wonderful day.